Hello everyone, our today's topic is special milk. This is our third chapter and this is our fourth lecture. So today's point is vitaminized irradiated milk. What is vitaminized irradiated milk? Vitaminized milk means is a milk to which one or more vitamins are added. So that milk is vitaminized milk, or additionally added vitamins in that milk is vitaminized milk. Next one is a irradiated milk. In this milk, vitamin D content has been increased by exposure to ultraviolet rays. So that type of irradiated milk is because of ultraviolet radiation. So that milk is irradiated milk. Then third one is mineralized milk. So what is mineralized milk? In this milk, minerals have been added, or additionally added minerals are there in that milk. That's why that milk is mineralized milk. So there are some methods of manufacture. Commercially, vitamin D milks can be prepared by these following methods. There are three methods. First one is a metabolized, second one is a irradiated, and third one is a fortified. Okay. So what is metabolized? By feeding irradiated yeast to milch animals, whereby vitamin D content of the milk can be increased. So that is, this method is metabolized. Then second one is irradiated. By exposing a thin, rapidly flowing film of milk to an intensive source of ultraviolet radiation, such as carbon arc lamp or quartz mercury vapor lamp, the milk develops an increased vitamin D potency. So that method is irradiated, or through that method we can prepare irradiated milk. Then last one is a fortification or fortified milk, that is strong fortified milk. By adding a definite amount of standardized vitamin D concentrate in the milk is fortified method. Okay, so there are three methods of manufacturing. First one is a metabolized, irradiated, and last one is a fortified. Then next point is a deficiency disease of vitamins. It is well known that lack of vitamins in diet causes specific deficiency diseases, which in turn can be cured by the intake of these particular vitamins. So addition of vitamins and minerals to milk is called fortification. Addition of vitamins and minerals to milk is called fortification, and such milk is called fortified milk. Some common vitamin deficiency diseases has listed in this list. So in this picture we can see names of vitamins and results of deficiency diseases. Okay. So vitamin A, or because of deficiency of vitamin A, the diseases or deficiency symptoms are poor growth in young child, then lowered resistance to infections, and last one is a night blindness because of vitamin A deficiency. Vitamin D deficiency causes rickets in children and osteomalacia in adults. Then vitamin B1, that is thiamine, or the deficiency of that B1 causes beriberi or beriberi disease or deficiency. Then vitamin B2, that is riboflavin, or the deficiency of that particular vitamin causes sore mouth and tongue in children and in adults also. Then last one is a vitamin C. So because of deficiency of vitamin C, scurvy or swollen gums type of disease is found. That disease is scurvy. Okay. So there is the names of vitamins and results of deficiencies. Our next point is fermented milk. So what is fermented milk and what is proper definition of fermentation? Fermented milk refer to those milks which have been made by employing selected microorganisms to develop the characteristic flavors or body and texture. It is also known as cultured dairy foods. That cultured dairy products or cultured dairy milk products are dairy foods that have been fermented with lactic acid bacteria such as lactobacillus, lactococcus, and leuconostoc. Okay. Fermentation is the metabolic process in which chemical changes are brought about an organic substratum through the action of enzymes liberated by specific living organisms. So lactic acid fermentation is more important in case of milk industry. So there are some advantages of fermentation. Fermentation process of milk having some advantages, and those advantages are as follows. First one is a fermented milk is much more palatable than normal milk. It is nutritive value is usually increases. The milk's nutritive value is usually increased after fermentation. That milk is more easily assimilated by the human system than normal milk. That fermented milk may contain beneficial antibiotics. And last one advantage of that milk is that fermented milk may possesses therapeutic properties. So there are some therapeutic properties which possesses by fermented milk or after fermentation of milk. So there are types of fermented milk. There are various types of fermented milk. First one is a cultured buttermilk, then Bulgarian buttermilk, then kumis, then kefir, then yogurt, and last one is a dahi. Okay, so these are some types of fermented milk or dairy products. So what is cultured butter or cultured buttermilk? So cultured buttermilk is milk that has been pasteurized and homogenized. Okay, that milk has pasteurized, first one, and then homogenized, and then inoculated with a culture of Lactococcus lactis or Lactobacillus bulgaricus plus Leuconostoc citrowormus to stimulate the naturally occurring bacteria. This is actually old method or old fashioned product. So that is cultured buttermilk. Okay, that buttermilk inoculated with different bacterias like Lactobacillus and Lactococcus. Okay, so that is old fashioned product or old method. Then tartness of cultured buttermilk is primarily due to lactic acid. This tartness is because of lactic acid which is present in that buttermilk, and that lactic acid produced by lactic acid bacteria while fermenting lactose, and that lactose is the primary sugar in that milk. That lactose is found in that milk as a primary sugar. Okay, as the bacteria produce lactic acid, the pH of milk decreases, and casein, the primary milk protein, precipitates, causing the curdling of clabbering of milk. So this process makes buttermilk thicker and plain milk. Okay, so in this flow sheet diagram, there are some steps involved in manufacturing of cultured milk. So what is that? It is obtained by inoculation and incubation of pasteurized skim milk with lactic starter. So first one is a preparation. First step is a receiving skim milk. The skim milk is preferable and it must be free from antibiotics and inhibitory substances. So next step is a filtration of that milk, then pasteurization. Next step is a pasteurization, then cooling at 22 degrees centigrade, then inoculation of bacteria, that inoculation is 1%, then incubation, that is up to 21 to 22 degrees centigrade. Incubation takes place up to 21 to 22 degrees centigrade. Then coagulation process, which is 12 to 16 hours. Then creaming method, then breakup of coagulation or lumps, then adding butter, there is a middle step, then cooling up to 5 to 10 degrees centigrade, and last one is a packing and storage. The packing and storage takes place up to 5 to 10 degrees centigrade. Okay. Then what is preparation exactly? Fresh skim milk is preferable and it must be free from antibiotics and inhibitory substances. If milk containing an appreciable amount of fat, it should be homogenized because there are large amount of fats. If cream or butterfat is desired in the product, it may be added to the cold buttermilk when the curd is broken up. Manufacturing milk is heated in a Holder pasteurizer up to 82 to 88 degrees centigrade for only half hour with frequent stirring and then cool to 22 degrees centigrade. Okay. So this whole pasteurization process takes place at 82 to 88 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes with frequent stirring and then cooled at 22 degrees centigrade. Then 1% bulk lactic stirrer is added. So that lactic stirrer is inoculation step. That lactic stirrer is added and mixed slowly in the milk and allowed to incubate at 21 to 22 degrees centigrade. Without further agitation until coagulation occurs and acidity reaches between 0 to 80 to 85. Acidity must be 0.80 to 85%. Okay. So the curd is broken up by slow agitation to give a smooth consistency and cooled up to 5 to 10 degrees centigrade. That curd must be smooth and that consistency must be smooth, and that curd is cooled at 5 to 10 degrees centigrade. Then it is then packed and stored at 5 to 10 degrees centigrade until distribution. So packing and storage is until distribution. So we have to maintain the temperature 5 to 10 degrees centigrade during storage. Okay. So next one is a creaming. What is exactly creaming? There is a middle step after coagulation. There is a creaming process. Creaming means cream imparts a rich flavor to the buttermilk and has the effect of decreasing the viscosity. That cream which imparts a rich flavor to that buttermilk, that is commercial product, and has the effect of decreasing the viscosity. It decreases the viscosity. Then salting is also there. What is salting? Salt at 0.1% may be added. 0.1% salt, that is very negligible salt. That salt may be added to the finished product to increase the flavor. What is use of that salting? To increase the flavor or improve the flavor. Okay. The next step is addition butter granules. After breakup of coagulation, there is a next step, that is adding butter or addition of butter granules. So what is that? Butter granules or flakes are sometimes added to a culture buttermilk from skim milk to stimulate an old-fashioned churn buttermilk appearance. It is added to stimulate old-fashioned churned buttermilk appearance. So butter color may be added to increase the color of the granule if desired, and the product is then cooled and finally packed that product. Okay, that product is cooled up to 5 to 10 degree and then packed. The next type is acidophilus milk. So what is that acidophilus milk? This type of fermented milk or acidophilus milk is produced by developing in milk a culture of lactobacillus. That lactobacillus is a genus of bacteria, a large gram-positive rod which is active in fermenting carbohydrates, producing acids, and acidophilus in milk. So here in this picture we can see the flow sheet diagram of that manufacturing of that acidophilus milk. So what is that? First step is a receiving milk. That first step is a receiving milk. This is initial step. Then next one is a filtration or clarification. Okay. So filtration and clarification takes place. Then in next step, sterilization up to 115 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes, then cooling, last one is a inoculation, then incubation, then coagulation, finally breakup of coagulation, and then cooling at 10 degrees centigrade, then packing and storage up to 5 degrees centigrade. That final product is stored up to 5 degrees centigrade. Then what are characteristics? that acidophilus milk has therapeutic and health promoting properties. That acidophilus milk has a therapeutic and health promoting properties. The growth of lact means acidophilus under the condition existing in the intestinal tract will replace undesirable product or fermentation with a beneficial lactic fermentation. Okay. So steps involved in manufacture of acidophilus milk are: first one, skim and whole or partly defatted milk may be used in this manufacturing process. First one is a skim milk, whole milk or partly defatted milk may be used. Then milk containing more than 1% fat should be homogenized. That milk should be homogenized which contain more than 1% fat. Then acidophilus milk can simply be made with added sugar or honey or with tomato or carrot juices. Fresh milk is heated to 115 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes to obtain sterile milk. The addition of 1% glucose or honey or 5% tomato takes place. Addition of 1% glucose or honey or 5% tomato. The milk is cooled to 38 to 40 degrees centigrade and inoculated with 3 to 5% inoculum, that is mother starter. That inoculum is a mother starter. The inoculated milk is mixed thoroughly and incubated as 38 to 40 degrees centigrade until the milk is coagulates. The coagulum is slowly broken up and cooled to 110 degrees centigrade. 5 to 10% lactose or dextrine may be added if desired, and the milk is stirred until smooth, packaged and stored at 5 degrees centigrade until use. So that milk is stirred until smooth, it becomes smooth, stirred that milk, then pack that milk and stored up to 5 degrees centigrade until it is used. So this is a procedure of manufacturing of acidophilus milk. Okay. So these are some fermented products, and here we have seen flow sheet diagrams of cultured buttermilk, and next one is a acidophilus buttermilk. Now in our next chapter we will discuss our chapter number 4, that is milk proteins, carbohydrates and vitamins. Okay. Thank you.